Testing. Hey, it's Father Francis, the Faith Guy. And you know what? It's been a long time since I've done any kind of tech product reviews. And that's not because I haven't been able to purchase some really interesting and I think fun and very helpful software and products in the last year. So what I'm going to do for those of you who are, tech minded and like to know a little bit more about some of the things that I use in my preparation of my videos, well, this is the video for you. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just talk to you just kind of briefly. I'm not going to do a long video. I really can't go into showing you how this software works, but I will tell you whether or not I would recommend it and why I'd recommend it. Okay, but first, ever saw that movie Tucker? But first, when the car's in the back and they're trying to get it just to run, basically, and basically all it is kind of eye candy. It's just a facade, but later on, of course, we know the story. Tucker builds his own car, and it's a really good car. But in the beginning, it's just kind of a lot of eye candy. But anyway, so he's stalling because they're in the back there, and they're trying to fix leaks and trying to get it out of gear so it'll move. And he kept saying, "But first," So okay, but first, what I would like to share with you is I have been using this new Yeti or Blue Yeti mic. Here it is. I don't know if you can see this or not. But there it is. Okay. There it is, the Blue Yeti mic. Or maybe it's this way. Maybe it's this way. The Blue Yeti mic. Okay. I was using the H2 Zune mic. Okay. And the audio recording quality of both of these mics is not bad. I guess if I wanted to spend a little bit more money, I could get one of those really great Shure mics or some of the other brands that are really, really good for audio blogs. So the first product that I want to tell you that I purchased in this year was a program called Zaxworks. Now it does have a standalone feature, Zaxworks. Okay, good old Zaxworks. And this is an excellent 3D program. I've always wanted to be able to, I've always envied, those programs that had really great looking, super 3D text titles. And this, by far for me, has worked wonderfully. I really enjoy Zaxworks. There's so much more that I could do with this. I just don't have the time to learn the full potentials of it. But safe to say, just in the few hours that I first got it, I was able to start producing some really nice 3D titles for my videos, which I really think improved the quality of them to some extent. And then, along with Zaxworks, okay, Pro Animator FX, what I found out, and you can find this out on their Zaxworks site, but one of the other programs that was recommended that you could use with Zaxworks is, that's right, Digital Juice fonts. And if you've never seen these fonts, they're really awesome. They do, of course, 2D. They look like they're rendered, with extrusions, 2D fonts. But the wonderful thing is, because I think they are vector-based, you can use them in Pro Animator. And that was the other program that I bought after I bought Pro Animator FX, was also After Effects Illustrator. Adobe Illustrator, I should say, Adobe Illustrator, because it does vector drawings. And those of you who know what the difference between a rasterized image and a vector image is that a vector image can be enlarged without losing any quality at all. When you take a rasterized image, or a regular JPEG image, I should say, and you begin to enlarge it, it gets pixelated, as many of you know. So the nice thing about the Zaxworks and the Digital Juice fonts are these things are more vector-based. And then, of course, you can use Adobe Illustrator to create your own vector images. I was able to create a couple of vector images. I made a map of California and some other logo thing. early on, and and just easily imported into Zaxworks, and they did just a wonderful job 3D making it a 3D image and then putting it together and animating it. It's great stuff. Okay, the next products that I bought for these are products. The first two products obviously are the ones you just use in your they're like plugins essentially, obviously. But this other set of DVDs that I've got here come from a young man named Zach King. Many of you know who Zach King is. He produces videos on YouTube and his own ZachKing.com and our FinalCutKing.com. He's on YouTube, and he has tutorials. And he also sells his more professional DVD training tutorials for Final Cut and for Motion. And I've worked through these, and I have to tell you that if you're new to Final Cut and Motion, and you really want to learn not just the basics, but some of the more intricate workflows that are really going to take your videos beyond just the average, I can't recommend these enough. I mean, these are really good. In fact, I want to do a fun little review on these videos, these DVD training videos for Zach, and see if he likes it. But it kind of okay. The next thing I want to say is this is a peripheral that I got just a couple months ago, and that's the Magic Trackpad, Magic Trackpad 4 Leopard. Okay, and there's my dock there. I'm not going to do what's in my dock. I wanted to kind of do that, but I just don't have time to do that. But you can kind of see sort of scrolling along, singing a song. There's my dock. Okay, actually that's not my real doctor. My real doctor's over at Sutter Medical. But anyway, this is my dock, DOC here. And as you can see, those are my programs and that I use, and some of them are freebies, and some of them are obviously a little more on the expensive side. And but these are the ones I use. Also, I wanted to say, as I'm right here real quick, Pages with Keynote is just an absolutely fantastic Keynote right there. Fantastic program. I think it's far better than PowerPoint, but that's just my own personal opinion. And then, of course, Read Iris is a optical reading program. Oh, my trash! I thought I emptied that. Oh, sorry, that's embarrassing. Okay, but anyway, that's what's in my dock. Okay, so let's close that. Thank you. So anyway, where was I? I digressed. Oh, for the Magic Trackpad. Okay, so right now my computer has two operating systems. It has Leopard, which we're at right now, and it has Snow Leopard. Okay, now. Unfortunately, here's a couple of problems. Well, not problems, but just the way it is. The Magic Trackpad. I love this thing. Okay, again, for doing internet and just basic, maybe word processing and just basic computer tasks and programs. Hey, it's great. I mean, it is fantastic when it comes to just surfing in Safari. You're the fingers and the swipes and the pinches. I mean, once you kind of get that down, it's really kind of a little awkward to go back to a conventional mouse. But you're probably wondering, well, does the Magic Trackpad, does that work with Leopard? Well, there's two answers to that. Actually, yes and no. Let me say no first. It doesn't work right out of the box. But if you download a program called, what is it? Well, let's see here. Hold on just a second. I can tell you exactly what the name of the program is. It is called Magic Driver. I mean, it's right there. Let's see if we can do a little right here. Magic Driver. There it is right there. And it will be able to, you can plug in, or it's not plug in, it's a Bluetooth, as you know, the Magic Trackpad, and it will do basic. It will do the basic functions. It will scroll. Oops. It will scroll around, and it will. You can click. You can select. But that's it. As far as making it specialized with different scrolls and pinches and fingers and everything, it's not going to work in Leopard. However, the good news is that it does work basically. Now, of course, you go back to Snow Leopard, you get the full range of motions and finger swipes and scrolls and pinches and turns and all sorts of great things. So again, I can't recommend that enough. It's a wonderful navigating device and tool. It's great. The next program or product I got was just a couple of weeks ago is iLife 11. Okay, iLife 11, good things, wonderful things. One drawback, it does not, at least at the recording of this video, it does not work in basic standalone Leopard. It only works in Snow Leopard. That's one of the things that people went out and bought it, and all they had was Leopard, and they were a little disappointed. And basically, Apple wants you to upgrade to Snow Leopard. Okay, one of the great features about iLife 11 is the trailers in iMovie 11. You can create your own movie trailers, and let me tell you, they're a lot of fun. They can take boring videos like mine and actually make them look pretty doggone interesting. Okay, they've got it. Basically, what they do is they do all the work for you. All you have to do is just plug in your clips, and it does the rest. But you know what? It's an interesting thing if you're again learning filmmaking. One of the things that I thought was fascinating and it's interesting is it shows a little bit of what storyboarding does and how that works in a very basic understanding. Basically, good filmmaking is good writing and good photography. And if you can do those two things, even in a kind of a rudimentary way, in a basic way, and you know how to put it together, and you see how it works, and that's why I like the little trailers thing. They show you the storyboard technique. And a lot of times people don't understand storyboarding. And storyboarding is what's really going to make your video, your movie, your documentary really stand out. So again, but iLife 11, iMovie 11 has this wonderful thing called trailers. And it's just, if nothing else, there's a really interesting point where you can start learning a little bit more about the art of filmmaking. Okay, let's see. Two more sets of products here, basically. As I said earlier, I did get a copy of Adobe Illustrator to create vector images. That's a wonderful program and it's not that expensive. I think it's maybe $150 maybe with tax tip and out the door. But my big program that I bought this year, which obviously many of you will know that this is a biggie, at least for me it is. And even maybe for some of you, you'd say, whoa, I can't get that. But you know what? I saved up my pennies. I really did. And at the end of the year, I was able to treat myself for my birthday, and I got a copy of this. Drum roll, please. That's right, After Effects. Adobe After Effects. Straightforward. Now, is there a learning curve? Yes, you bet. But there's even an answer to the learning curve. How do you learn After Effects? Well, let me tell you, there's no need to fear. Video Copilot is here. That's right. And these are the Video Copilot series, DVD instruction tutorials. And of course, you can also go to Andrew Kramer's webpage there, Video Copilot, and you can just download all of these fantastic After Effects tutorials. Okay, and not only does Andrew Kramer have a tremendous amount of wonderful tutorials on After Effects, he has a thing called basic training for After Effects, 10 video series, about 4 or 5 minutes each, and they just take you right through the program. Show you what what you do. With the canvas, the timeline, just like every other video editing software, they're pretty much the standard components, but they're a little bit different. And but of course, Adobe's programs are just fantastic, phenomenal, with layers upon layers upon layers of things. And I won't go into it now, but basically, those are some of the gifts. Well, they're kind of gifts that I have purchased in the last, say, 8-9 months of my video year 2010. Well, thank you for checking out my little tutorial here. Not tutorial. my little video review, my little tech review for this November 2010. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. All right. So long for now.